we're gonna be jumping in to the Lost Mine of Phandelver. Thank you guys for joining me. First time DMing some new players, so I appreciate it. Any feedback after all these sessions, please let me know. DM me, yell at me here. I know some of you will anyway, so that's completely okay. We're all learning here. Welcome to first campaign session. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asks you to bring a wagon load of provisions. Rough and tumble settlement of Phandalin. A couple of days' travel southeast of the city, Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reason for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he paid you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's provisions. Just one wagon in between all of you, 10 gold pieces each. It's a trading post in Phandalin. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with his warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. At this point, you guys already spent a couple of days on the road. How did you guys introduce yourself to each other?
Zena, I'm a wood elf druid. Like cool with nature.
Cool, thank
I've
you.
got I think I don't remember brown hair, probably, and I'm tan. I mean, and I have hazel eyes, and yeah, that's me.
All right. I'm holding two dicks. Oh, this is so good. Okay, sorry.
It was good. It was good.
What elf? My parents were adventurers, so I'm like setting off on my own adventure. Um, 6 feet tall. I think I put that up like green eyes.
Hi, I'm Brunar Belmont. I have the most magnificent beard,
Is it
and I
oil?
stab shit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I'm Lafayette Clanfist. I am a grave cleric, wood elf. Have white hair, bronze skin, and blue eyes. I have a shield, which is has my holy symbol on it, which is a pair of scales, weight scales, held in the middle by just the hand and arm, bone arm. And I met the dude. He was like, "Hey, we need a healer. Would you mind coming?" And I said, "Sure, why not?"
I had
All
thought
right.
about that part too. About like how we met the guy. Sorry, I'm interrupting now, but
Nah, I'm not
he
only
was
one.
an adventurer. My parents were adventurers. I met him once because he did like a thing with my parents. I just want to bring that up. All right.
All right, I'm Tolan. I'm a gray paladin dragonborn, and I'm 6 feet tall, red eyes, and enemies will feel the wrath of my warhammer.
I'm Gidget. I am a gnome sorceress. I stand about 3.5 feet tall. I have very bright, vibrant blue hair. My eyes are like a deep, deep brown. My skin is very pale, but has almost a blue shimmer or a sheen to it. I come traveling along. I carry a lot of various books and things with me as I go. I'm very clumsy, very flighty, um, very much a book nerd. I came along on this trip as I was traveling away from one of the libraries or schools from where I was learning some of my sorceress abilities and stumbled upon, I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. Stumbled upon the gentleman in question and decided to follow along because I was moving that way anyways, and I'm always about learning and talking to people and seeking new adventure.
Nice.
That's a good introduction.
I know
But,
it's so good.
I threw myself off as soon as it said hold it because I was thinking about the whole thing, and I said holding two dicks, and it just blank. I forgot everything I was gonna say.
Extraction,
The great thing is your name is already your own detriment, and I love
Oh
that.
yeah,
I
there you
love
go.
that for you. I love that for you. You know what I'm
Best thing
saying?
ever.
So the good thing is you guys have all spent, a couple of days already just traveling through here. You guys have spent at least the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter. And you've just recently veered east along the Tribord Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be a little bit dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So you guys have been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day. As you come around the bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close along the trail here, as you can see, with steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. Now, how did you guys? One of the things I did mention is the marching order that you guys wanted to come and be walking through this area with.
I can go near the front.
I'd wager I'd be somewhere near the middle.
Like in the back.
Where's
I
my
could be in the front
ally?
too.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
I would take the rear.
I'm gonna get a little bit closer and kind of like take a look in the area. Like, is there anybody in the bushes hiding or like anything like that?
Okay, can you
Oh.
give me a perception check, please?
Yeah, how do I do that again?
First roll of the game.
So
Slash
you can
roll.
you can either
Roll 20 is
okay.
it?
So yes or no. So you can roll with your own dice if you would like to do so.
I'm gonna
Or
roll in here because I can. It's easy and I'm lazy.
yeah, so you can do slash roll and roll 20. You can do slash roll d20, or you can use you can click on perception and
There you go.
and then also add your modifier, your perception modifier.
Perception is +5, so 15.
Okay, I
so
would like
for-
to look in this area if there's anybody hiding.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check, and then for what was your character's name again?
Zena?
Zena, I'm sorry, thank you.
That's fine.
For Zena, so as you approach the horses, and you can see as you get close that the saddlebags have been looted, and nearby lies an empty leather case. It's specifically an empty leather map case, based on what you see as you get close. The good thing is you can also, based on what you see from these horses, you can see that they belong to Gundren Rockseeker. And his warrior the escort warrior that he came with, Sildar Hallwinter. And it's clear, obviously, that the arrows are the things that killed these horses. You can't really, at the moment, you can't really see anything else, but you see that there's kind of like some drag markings around the horses themselves. Can I get, just for the sake of everybody else walking around, can I just get some perception checks from everybody?
Mine was a modified 20.
Modified 20. So as you look for the woods next to you on your left, and you kind of look in the thicket inside, you don't really see anything specifically in that direction. You see that as far as your eyes can see, it's just more dense wood. There's no clear paths or any specific movement in that area. The only thing you can see with the enhanced perception that you had was just the death of the horses, and then they can see like some trails and stuff being dragged
Leo's
around the
looking
horses from closest to.
Leo's looking at the ground.
Yeah. I'm just kicking rocks.
Just kicking rocks at this point. All right. So based on your roles here that you come in, you guys start. Sorry, Xena, you being up front, you're one of the first ones to hear this and to see this, based on the fact that you were so close and you're able to attain so much from the area already. You start hearing these giggles, and like these things are just like kind of laughing. They're falling for my trap. They're falling. They're here. They're all going here. Can I have everybody please roll initiative?
Damn, +5 foot.
Jeez, dog, what can I say?
Dexterous, very
All right, so what are the numbers that we got? We got Leo with the 9. Oh, sorry, what's your character's name? I'm so sorry.
Who, mine?
Yeah, yours is
Tolan.
Take the 2 dicks.
Stolen. All right, so right before we get into it and start, just gonna give you guys turn order. So going first, it's gonna be Xena, followed by Kashka, followed by the Goblin, followed by Holden, followed by Gidget, Tolan, and lastly Laugh. Luckily, with Xena going up in front, and then we have Brunar from behind, and then from Xena from the front, like being able to see like going on, like they quickly told you guys like, hey, like like we hear them, they start jumping out, and you guys see about 6 goblins jump out in front of you, ready to attack.
All right, time to kick some ass. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Murder hobo.
Yeah.
How far up was Zena when she went and she was she right at the horses or was she back down this path?
She was like close to the horses. I'll say that you guys moved as a group together. Brunar was the only one that was kind of in the back, kind of seeing everything, but he was also walking forward at the same time as he was scanning the road. So I'm not gonna say that Zena was by herself at the front.
I mean, I can be. I did move up, and
Yeah.
either way, it's fine with me.
But I want to say you're a little bit closer than that. You're a
Want
little
me
bit closer. Yeah, like about maybe like yeah, that's good. There to the horses to be able to see what's going on and be able to see the packets and everything
Okay.
that's falling around. So with the initiative order and with the turns, we're gonna go with Zena first. What do you do?
I'm gonna run backwards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "There's
Fuck outta here.
goblins," and I'm gonna go. Okay, so that's about 25 feet. I can go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that. And
what?
then.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, guys.
And then after I move, I'm gonna shoot this guy right here, that guy right there, with produce flame. Yeah, produce flame. No, yes, yes. So I gotta roll an attack, I guess.
Yes, roll an attack and then add your modifier.
And my spell modifier is I don't know. Hold on. So that's 3. No, wait, that's 2 plus spell casting. What the fuck? 3, 5 plus 5. So does
Wow.
a 20 hit?
So that's a 20 to hit. So yeah, that actually hits it. So as you're running back away, like as you see the goblins come out, and like you see them, like obviously because of the fact that they giggled in front of you because they thought they were so smart and outsmarting you, and you heard them, and you're like, "Oh crap, goblins!" And you start running back. You throw your what was it again? Your
Produce flame.
your produce flame
It's a
at the goblin there in front, and that immediately hits him right in the chest. And how much damage do you do?
whopping 1.
Yeah.
Is there anything else
There's
on
no
there?
mod
Is it,
to it.
it's just
No.
one day? Okay. So as you're running
Cantrip.
back, as you start screaming like, "Oh my God, goblins are here!" You're like, "Ha, get them first!" And you like turn around, you shoot. But the thing is, you don't look at where you're hitting. You just kind of shoot it out, and you keep running back to the team, to the group, and then you just you hit him, but it kind of like skins off his chest because he's able to kind of move, but it burns on him. He's like, "Oh God, what's going on?" And as you can see, you hit him for one damage there.
Good job, Knock.
That's a
That was
good start.
Yeah, that was a warning
Yeah.
shot.
Fear me.
Was that a warning shot?
So as that
I like
happens,
it.
the goblin as that happens, the goblin's like, "Fire? She could use fire? Is she a god? What is going on here?" And then
I
they
am
just
a
stamp
god.
they stamp it out like, "Oh, never mind. She's no god." Not at all. Brunar, it's your turn.
Right, Brunar is going to make a beeline straight down. Right there.
Sounds good.
His stubby little dwarf legs. I'm gonna pull out my short bow. I'm gonna knock an arrow, and I am gonna wait. Hold
Sounds good.
a arrow action to attack.
Sounds good. So you're gonna hold your action to attack there. Seeing as this is happening, the first goblin that was hit just kind of like starts getting enraged. Like, who is this person? Thinking that they can attack me first before I get my chance to ambush them myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do what you guys were doing to go ahead and check out the ruler. Look at that! Wow, nice little arrow from the DM. You
Oh
guys,
yeah, dude.
everybody
Arrows.
clap! Everybody
Nice.
clap with the DM. That's a
Woo.
good arrow.
Arrows,
Yeah.
dude. Arrows.
Totally.
The goblin is gonna move forward. Roll an attack against you, Xena. Since you're the closest person that the goblin can see. It's gonna be a 14 to hit.
My AC is 14, so it hits.
Oh, seeing as you're like it caught the fire on his chest, it runs forward, chasing you down as you're running forward and shoots the bow. and like with the short bow, and just like kind of tries to shoot at your legs as you're running away, not trying to bring like to really impale you, but more like trying to bring you down. That's gonna be 1d6 plus 2. Oh, that's actually gonna be a 6 damage.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We just started, bro. Relax. Fuck.
Gee,
The next goblin is also gonna move up.
I got 4 hit points left. Wrong
and
with you?
and seeing as you were the first one to catch fire, he's very impressed and wants to see if he can also reach you and see how well he can hit. A 6 to hit, so he like shoots it as he's running towards you as well. Like seeing as the other one hit you, when you get hit, you kind of move down a little bit, move out the way, like so the other arrow just like whizzes like right past you, like not being able to hit you in the aiming. The guy on top here is gonna move up as well. He's gonna aim. Yeah, he has a short bow. His short bow's range is 80 feet.
All right, bring it, bitch.
Oh, and he rolls a natural 1. So he's like bringing out his arrow. He's like tries to cock to you. He like slips and falls, and he falls down the thicket. Like as he's like trying to be like super like athletic and trying to. I got him. I can do this. I saw you miss. I'll do what I can. But as he slips down the actual thicket, he ends up taking 4 points of damage as he's falling down from one end to the other. And so he takes 4 points of damage as he's falling down. The other goblin, seeing as what's going on, they move closer, but they're not able to specifically reach anybody else. And with that, it's going to be Holden's turn. Holden, what do you do?
All right, so I want to move closer, but I'm gonna do some thug shit. I wanna jump on top of this tree so I could get a better vantage
It's
point.
not a tree.
Is it a bush?
It's a thicket.
It's a thicket. The trees are the ones
Yeah.
next to it.
Which one's these?
Yeah.
Get me on
But
a tree
also,
then. On the
also, what's your movement speed? Like, what's your
35. Okay,
Just
that's
jump,
fine.
just jump on my back. I'll pick you up.
All right, you're gonna like push me up.
Yeah.
All right, get me on
Alright.
this tree right here. I want to get better vantage point because I want to shoot these guys from like.
Okay,
I ran.
Can I get an athletics check?
All right, where the fuck is it? Okay.
Oh,
Let's go,
Jesus
baby.
Christ!
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Man, having 2 dicks is really helpful, I guess.
It makes you more dynamic and athletic. Like, all right, let's go.
So as you're running over, you yell out to Tolan, hold it out, and he already automatically knows to hold out his hand when you yell to him to hold it out. So he just like puts his hands out. You jump on top. You jump on top of his hands, and you somehow gracefully land on top of the tree. Which, when you land on top of the tree, you notice that you have clear vantage, but you didn't really have to do that because they're clearly in the same path you are. So there's nothing really in your way that could have made you shoot. But you wanted to look cool, and you ended up accomplishing what you wanted
I
to do
look
anyway.
amazing.
So you end up on top of the tree.
I did like a yeah. I'm
You-
so
you-
good at
you-
this game. I'm so good.
So that was your movement.
Good flavor.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to shoot at him, but I don't. Can I?
Yeah.
How far?
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to shoot at.
His bow is 150 feet, so yeah, he can reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hurry
I'm
up
gonna
and roll
push
your
that.
one.
Yeah,
All right.
go
What
ahead.
do I roll for the shot?
Who did you want to hit? Sorry,
This guy right
This
here.
guy right here.
this guy. Yeah, just roll an attack roll. So your D20. Oh, so your longbow shoots. Wow, with the +7. Jesus Christ, you roll like ass.
I'm a beast. I'm great at this game. What can I say? I think that's good, right?
So as you jump up to the tree after doing your stunts and your acrobatics and letting everybody know, like, look at me, look how great I am, and you land on top of the tree, you try to also bring out the bow, like the arrow from the quiver, and then line up the bow, and you kind of 360 snipe this goblin. But in all of that, Mrs., you didn't really focus on what you were trying to shoot at, and you just kind of shoot it, but it kind of lands right at the goblin's feet, and the goblin just kind of looks down and just like looks up at you like,
Oh.
what was all that for?
And
Does
then
not
I
hit the
look
goblin.
I look up at Holden and be like, "What the fuck, dude? Fuck was that?"
I look awesome though.
And with that, we're gonna move on to Gidget. Gidget, it's your turn.
Okay, so with the appearance of all of the goblins, I startle a little bit. Oh no. Um, um, well, do any of the goblins have any form of cover currently? Or are they
So
all pretty much out in the open?
so the only one that would have any kind of cover, if anything, from you, based on where you're at, actually no, they're all pretty much out in the open. This is the only one up here that he's kind of at a high vantage point behind the thickets, like still behind the thickets. But you can clearly see him because obviously they made a lot of noise as they came out. But other than that, no cover whatsoever.
Okay. So she's just gonna stop and she's gonna look around. Go, oh dear, oh dear. Well, she begins to move her hand and cast, and she shoots firebolt at the direction of this one here.
So this one,
Yes,
the one on the top, correct?
correct.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage. Roll for hit.
15.
With your nervousness, as you kind of startled a little by them, you shoot a little bit too high up, and it goes right over his head. He like kind of turns around and he looks and he's like, and he like in motion to the other goblin. He's like, hey, I'm not sure about this anymore. I'm not sure if we should really stay here. I, that could have killed me. I thought that you said this was going to be an easy target. I thought you guys was going to be something simple. I just.
Shit.
Or
That
I
misses,
can't,
yeah.
I can't get to him. I guess let's see. I'll just move closer to be in front. That way they'll get me instead of Zena. And yeah, it'll be my turn.
Kashka, quick question. When it says at will, I can do it at any time, right?
As long as it's on your turn or you meet the specified action requirements.
Are you talking about cantrips?
Or are you
Yeah.
talking about your channel divinity?
Yeah, like I have guidance, spare the dying, and whatnot, and it says at will.
Yeah, those are you can do as at will in this context means as many times as you want in a day. There's no limit, but they have to be either the action or bonus action or whatever the spell description says.
Okay, well, gonna move up behind the rogue. I can't remember his name. And then I'm going to guidance him. And that'll be the end of my turn.
I would like to shoot now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. And yeah, go ahead, Brunar. Go ahead and make your.
That's a 15.
So,
15 to hit.
as you were getting ready to like aim and shoot, and you were concentrating on this hit, actually, I messed up. I am not gonna lie, I messed up. Sorry. Real quick, I'm gonna roll it back because I messed up and I apologize. I'm gonna roll back to Gidget. Gidget, your hit actually did hit. I was reading something else that I wrote by accident. A 15 does hit. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
So can you roll your damage for your firebolt, and then we're gonna be running it back to Brunar for his damage afterwards.
Nice.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's good.
as he was like, as the fire was coming to him, and he's like, I thought this was gonna be easy. I thought it was gonna be. It just hits him right in the chest, and he actually disintegrates. So that goblin at the top, I do apologize. The goblin at the
Let's
top actually
go.
disappears, and then the other goblins, as he was saying that this is gonna be easy, and he gets hit and disappears, they just kind of look at each other like, this wasn't where it's supposed to be. And then who were you aiming at, Brunar?
The one right in the middle, right here.
Right in the middle. So that actually is, as you were concentrating, and everybody, and then all the goblins were focused on the other goblin disintegrating as he looked behind him with the firebolt. That actually, that hits him straight in the neck, just straight goes into the neck. As he's like turning around to try and like get ready to fight, and he just gets hit in the neck, and you just see him collapse
That's right.
as he gets hit.
Woo.
He was already on low, like 1 health left. That's why I didn't have to roll you for
Oh, okay.
damage. Yeah, so he was already, because he was the one that got hit. So he just collapsed and he went down. The other goblins already kind of start to panic as they're seeing what's going on. So we're gonna go back to the top of the round, and Zena, it's your turn.
I am going to see that we killed one. I'm going to be super excited about it. And I'm going to target this guy right here. I'm going to use. No, I won't. I'm just going to use the same produce flame spell.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to move up 5 feet. I lied. Okay, now I'm gonna shoot him. Let's see if this works. Ooh,
Nice.
so I think I hit.
Wow.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, that's almost a natural 20 there. So yeah, that hits some. That definitely
And
hits some.
then
I'm gonna roll for damage.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh my god! Take that, you fiend!
Woo!
So as you scream, take that, and you fiend, and you throw the firebolt, and all your excitement, you instead of focusing and throwing it with both hands, you kind of just like you just kind of like snap your fingers, and the firebolt goes out. But as it does, it kind of lands on the goblin and just kind of fizzles out. And it, again, just like kind of burns him. He's like, what is it with this person just trying to like burn us? Like, what is going on? And he just like starts tapping his fingers, but when he starts doing that, it transfers to his other hand, and both of his hands get charred. So he takes 2 damage as his hands are like as he's trying to put out the fire on his hands at the same time.
Just before I end, I'm just gonna run backwards because I'm gonna like back up the rest of my movement,
Sounds good.
which is
Uh,
like 20-ish feet.
and with
Cool.
that, we're gonna be moving to Brunar. Brunar, what do you
Okay. I am going to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, up here's where the party's at. Come on.
do? They all just left you at the front.
I know that just let me in the front.
Hey, I got 4 hit points left, man. I'm too young to die.
Okay, so I'm up here and I am going to take a shot at the goblin right here.
And he's
Go for
already
it.
damaged, right? Because the one
Yes,
I hit for 2.
he's already damaged. Yes.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. So as you're preparing your bow, you shoot him right.
That's 8, not 3, because I don't have sneak attack.
As you shoot him with the bow, that one like hits him like right in the liver. Like it just kind of like goes deep inside, and he just like kind of looks at it, and he's like, "What?" And he just falls back. He's no longer with us, sadly. So it's gonna be the goblins' turns, and the goblins, seeing that this is happening and not being too happy and optimistic about what's going on, this goblin here is gonna dash away. The other goblin, kind of confused as he's trying to figure out what's going on, he's like, "Should I?" And he's like, "No, I can't leave." And he's gonna see if he could reach you. So he's actually gonna move here, and he's gonna aim at you, Tolan. He's gonna go ahead and try to see if he can hit you with his bow because he doesn't want to run away from the fight. And that's gonna be a 14 for hit. That's gonna
Oh
be a
no.
14. As he's like scrambling his bow and he's just like shooting at you, aiming. You just like you see the bow coming already, and you just quickly just pick up your shield and you just put it in front of you, and it just hits the shield and deflects off the shield without no problem to you. Seeing what's going on, this goblin is going to try to use that opportunity to kind of hoping you're distracted. Let's move up here, and is also going to aim at you as well. Oh, and that's going to be a 6 to hit. So as he like shoots you, he thinks that he's like you're distracted. He shoots it where you're at, but the same place you put your shield, he that's where your face was. So like that's where he's also aiming, and they both the arrows just hit your shield and fall to the ground without much worry. And you just kind of look up and you're laughing like that's all you got. And it's kind of like letting him know that you obviously that was too easy for you. So we're gonna be moving on to Holden. Holden, your turn.
Why you smile, dude?
Best name
Me?
ever, dude. No,
No, Alonzo
Oh.
just turned to the camera and smiled.
Like, yeah.
All right. I would take another dope ass shot at this guy here.
Huh? Go ahead, roll for damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, right. That was right? That's how you're supposed to roll.
Yeah, so this time better balancing yourself on top of the tree. You have been concentrating because you look so great jumping up to that tree. You look so powerful just doing the acrobatics jump. But when you shot that arrow and it landed right at his foot, you kind of withered into yourself a little bit. You're like, no, this can't be how I do this. This can't be how they see me. And like I can't let my parents down when it comes to this. So the next shot you get ready, you aim, you shoot it right between his eyes. just goes into the goblin, and the goblin has no reaction whatsoever. You just kind of see like the life just goes away from his eyes, and he's no
Bullseye.
longer with us
They
either.
call me Young Legolas.
As you say that to the wind, nobody hears you, but you tell yourself, "Young Legolas." So we're gonna be moving on to Gidget. Gidget, your turn.
Yeah, say some
Uh,
kills for me. Shit.
Hey, get good, scrub.
Gidget's going to take a peek around the area a little bit and look at Zenith like, oh, hi, as she approaches.
Hi.
She's gonna look back in front of her and she's just gonna shoot another firebolt at this guy here. The last one left. Let's see. Oof. Ouch.
So as you throw as you turn around and you kind of like, hey, how's it going? You kind of like, watch this. You're trying to get yourself perked up from the last one after you already disintegrate somebody. You try to shoot it the way, but this time it kind of fizzles out right before it gets to the goblin. But you were super excited, and you're normally like, you said it to yourself, you're not normally this excited when it comes to this, but seeing that first goblin disappear, you're like, I can do this again. But unfortunately, that was not enough concentration for the actual bolt to get there, so it fizzles right before the goblin. And with that, Tolden, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move up to this goblin, and I'm gonna
Goblin
hit him
runs
with.
away. Just kidding.
And I'm gonna smack him with my warhammer.
All right, go ahead and roll damage, or
All
roll
right,
hit. Sorry.
He's gonna miss. He's gonna duck, and you're gonna miss. Watch, scrub.
Wow.
So as you get
Ooh,
ready, as you
nat
get
one.
your shit ready, you run up to him. You're like running, and you like swing around, and you try to bring your warhammer around you, and at the same time, the goblin was like seeing the firebolt coming in. He like ducks and like to try to get away from the firebolt, and at the same time, you're running and to try to swing the hammer. So like because he ducks, you kind of go around him, and you're like, what the hell? And then you realize that he's cowering because he looks up at you like, wait, when did you get here? He's like, what about the fire? Him confused at what's going on, and you confused as to how he moved and dodged your shot. And unfortunately, that misses. So we're going to be moving on to Lafayette.
Shit. Why are you laughing?
I just knew you were gonna miss, you scrub.
I'm gonna take and move up behind Zena. And as I move up behind Zena, I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder, and you're gonna hear me whisper. And since I see that she's hurt, oh, that sucks. I'm gonna give her 4 points back.
Woo!
And as you put your hand on Senna's shoulder, you whisper, "There's no Legolas here." And you're like, Senna's like, "What are you talking about?" And because of the fact that you both start laughing at the fact that there's no Legolas, even though nobody knows the context, she only gets 4 health back. And with that, we're gonna be moving up the red, and Zena, as you get the healing touch, you feel a little bit more warmth and resilience, and you say, "Yeah, it's my turn." So what do you do?
I feel so much better. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
What I'm
I
here for.
am. Oh, there's only one little dude, right? Okay. I'm gonna
Yep.
move forward. Let's see. Hold on. Let me count my.
And then run away again.
No, look. Until I'm like a couple thingies higher, I'm probably gonna run away a lot. Okay, I'm gonna move right about there, there. All right, and I am gonna do the same thing I did before. Hit him with produce flame, or miss with a produce flame. Oh no, I can hit him, but I just do 1 damage.
Nice. So yeah, that definitely hits. How much damage do you do this time?
Ooh, 6 damage.
Oh, 6 damage. As like
Because I was so strong. Now that
as
I've been
you-
healed.
as you hear the whisper from Lafayette, and you get the resurgence of the health, like you shoot the produced flame, and that hits the goblin directly in the chest. He's just like, and he's like, why it's all with all these flames? Why is there so much fire? And then he's just like seeing his other comrade burn, seeing his other friend get his hands burned off. He feels like he's gonna die, and he just like kind of lets himself go to the floor. But as he like throws himself to the floor, at the same time he like rolls around, so he's able to put out the fire just before he punishes. But he's very bloodied at this point. He can barely crawl. He can barely really stand up, but he's not gone. just yet. And with that, we're gonna be moving to Brunar. Your turn.
Get him,
Alright.
Brunar.
Murder, death,
Eat 'em.
kill.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Should-
I
should
can
we-
reach him, so I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna take the pommel of my dagger. I'm gonna smash him right in the forehead and knock him unconscious if I can.
Ooh, knocking him
Oh.
unconscious.
I disagree,
Wow.
but okay.
And as you come down and you hit him with the pommel of your hand, well, you want to describe how you hit him and how he goes
Is it a
unconscious?
pommel?
Club him right in the temple.
You hit him right in the temple, and you just quickly see like his he kind of just like labored breathing, just goes down. As you can see, he's unconscious.
Take
So
some
he
of my
is-
rope and start tying him up.
So you can go ahead and tie him up pretty easily. He is now roped up. He's not yet come back to his consciousness hasn't yet come back, but you guys are now out of combat. You guys are now free to start moving about the trail. What do you guys do at this time? The goblin, he's kind of like moving a little bit, but he's still not up quite yet.
So we're out of combat.
I
You're
want
out
to
of combat at this point.
I want to ninja loot the goblins before they notice.
So can I have you roll a stealth check?
Oh shit! Never mind. All right. Wait, what's this?
Get
Ninja
him.
looting is more my thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna drag the goblin over to
Oh,
the dead
yeah.
horses.
I'm gonna so when I was up and I was looking and I noticed all that stuff you were saying about it being Gundren's like horse and his guy's horse, I'm gonna relay all that information to everybody so they know that that's who these horses belong to, and so we can question the goblin or whatever.
And you can also let them know that as well there was an empty leather map case.
Yeah, empty leather map case too, you guys. Totes great.
Can I move up, or am I just stuck up here in this tree?
No,
No, you
you
know.
can't
You can move
Oh.
down.
You need to
can
make
move
an
up.
acrobatic
Shit,
check.
get down here,
Oh,
scrub.
Actually, you know what?
acrobatic
That's a good point.
get
Can I get
out.
another? Can I get an acrobatic check? I just want to see
Yeah.
how wonderfully you come back down again.
Hopefully he falls and breaks his neck and he dies.
Let's go.
Nice.
At level
Alright,
one,
so
that's not
when
a
I-
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
It's a natural
Wow.
20.
So-
That is a
so-
natural 20, ladies and
so-
gentlemen.
so-
Describe how you get
swing
down.
on
You could swing on the trees like Tarzan.
I'm
at
gonna
this
do a triple front flip, land on my feet, like with my hand on the ground. I'm gonna look up. I'm like, that's how it's done, and then I'm gonna
Right.
walk up.
superhero landing.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
as you, the good thing is, as everybody's walking forward, and you do this triple like maroon somersault in the air, you land down, you look up, you say, "That's how it's done." You notice that nobody was around you, and everybody's already looking at the horses. So, unfortunately, nobody saw your great feat. But you
Everyone
within
will know the name.
you within
Golden
yourself,
Two Dicks.
you within yourself know how great getting up in the tree was and getting down was, and even though nobody saw. You can go ahead and take a die of inspiration.
Everyone will know the name Holden Two Dicks one day.
So
One
just
day.
so you know, I'm giving you
God,
a
I
dice
hope
of
not.
an inspiration because you rolled, I shit you not, a natural 20 getting up the fucking tree, and then a natural 20 getting down the goddamn tree. So
I'm gonna have you bless my dice. You don't.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you take a dice of inspiration. So look up, just so you know, Alonso, you can use a die of inspiration if you want to look it up. It's a die that you have. You can only have one inspiration die. You can use it for like an ability check, a roll check, like an attack check, and stuff like that. Within your character compound. So just add it in your notes or somewhere that you still have one die of inspiration. I think you should be able to add it on D&D Beyond there.
I believe
Unfortunately,
if
nobody.
you click the
Yeah, go ahead.
inspiration box itself, it should pop up in there.
Where is it?
Next to
Right by
your
your
next to
hit
your
points?
feet, next to your speed. That little empty box says inspiration. All the way on top.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So what the hell do I put? Just click it?
Yeah, just click it.
Click it.
I'm awesome.
So I'm gonna come up here to the horses, and I'm gonna take a look around and see if I can figure out like where exactly the goblins came from.
Okay, can I get a survival check, please?
I could check for footprints too.
Yeah, you can definitely do a survival check as well to help out.
Yeah.
Can I drag the goblin's corpse over to the horses?
Okay, sounds good. You can definitely do so.
So I want to like look around. Do I also roll survival or is it perception?
No, we're checking for like footprints and stuff like
Investigation.
that.
Yeah, you can like based on your initial perception and based on what Zena's already like looked around and saw, and then based on like what everybody around the horses, since they got there a little bit before you did, they looked around, they see that there's nothing really around these horses, and the goblins didn't really anything in the behind. But Gidget and Tolan were the first to notice that they're kind of seeing that there's like a trail that been used, and they see a lot of footsteps, and then Gidget really notices that she can quickly identify that the same goblins that they have tied up as like the same kind of foot patterns that keeps them coming out of that trail. So they noticing that the goblin trails are going like Gidget easily can relay and tell you guys like that's exactly where the goblin trail is. It's pretty clear cut. There's nothing like she has to like reveal to you guys. You know, once she points it out to you guys, you guys are able to see exactly where the trail is.
So yeah, guys, I think they went or came from that way. But where's
I mean,
Gundren?
one of
Did you
them ran
guys-
away.
Yeah, did you guys
Gundren
see
is a
any-
dwarf.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. Gundren Rock.
What about
Rest-
Sildar? Sildar Hallwinter, is that an elf?
No. So Sildar Hallwinter is a human male. Was that the only question you had about who Sildar was?
Yeah, I was wait for this goblin to wake up and question.
Yeah, did we see
Okay.
any drag marks or anything like human-sized drag marks or dwarfs or like foot drag marks? Not just paths where the goblins went, but like
Yeah, so when Gidget was looking at the footmarks and the track marks, she did also notice that from where the horses were, there were 2 drag marks being taken to the same path.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, and at this point, you see the goblin start like wrestling and kind of like waking up and like trying to, like kind of like just kind of like opening his eyes, and the first thing the goblin sees is Brunar right in front of his face. The goblin just kind of like startles up and looks up and kind of like looks around, not knowing really what's going on or who you are.
I put my blade to his throat and say, "Calm the fuck down."
The goblin just looks at you, kind of like side-eyed and just kind of like trimming, and just goes.
Ah, so you
nods
do
and
speak
just,
common. Good. Where is the dwarf and the human that you took from here?
As the goblin is just like swallowing like the little bit of saliva that it had as it kind of like figured out, it kind of like points at the knife and just says, back it up a little bit, kind of like letting you know like he's afraid to speak with the knife to his throat.
Press the knife further into his throat. I'm
Okay.
making demands here.
So he quickly, like the goblin, just quickly says, "Oh, okay. It wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea. I was just following the rules. I was just following everybody else. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be fun. There- there's a lair, okay? That they took him to the lair. They took him to the lair. That's look. There's not that many. There's not that many there. There's less than 20 goblins in the lair, okay? I was one of them, but I wasn't. You know, I just needed something to eat. I just needed. Look. There's less than 20 of them. There's less than 20 of them. We're all just following the rules from our leader, okay? He's a bugbear, okay? His name is Clark. He answers to King Bro, okay? He doesn't like, everybody knows his name is Clark. What kind of name is Clark anyway? Anyway, he likes to be called King Gro, and he's the chief of the Cragmaw tribe, okay? They dwell in the Cragmaw castle. I don't I he starts kind of like coming out of it because he's talking too fast as he like got out of unconsciousness, and he's just like, just the blade.
Can I insight check him to see if he's actually telling the truth?
Yep, go for it. As you roll the insight check, like as you kind of like look into his eyes, it's like that he's like already back up to consciousness. You can tell that all you see in his eyes is fear, but you don't see him try. You don't see like deceit in his eyes. You know, you can't tell much from that, but like you know that all you see is just fear in his eyes, and he keeps darting to you, keeps darting to the knife, and he just like as he's breathing, he's slowing down. He starts.
Are there
he
any
starts,
traps?
He starts telling you that there's there's definitely like as the trail goes on, there's definitely more goblins. That I know for sure. I don't know anything about how to get there, how to get to the castle. All I know is that that's where the orders come from. I know that the guys that were here, they took them to the cave here, the lair here. Uh, the Clark, King Clark. He. All I know is that, like a couple of days ago, a goblin messenger came from and just like let him know some things. But I'm not privy to that information. I don't know any of that. That's all I know. I just know that we followed orders, and that's all I know. And well, actually, there is one thing, and I'll gladly tell you. You please just back the knife away. All I look. I'll tell you so you know I'm telling you the truth. There was a dwarf and there was a human, but the dwarf and his map, they're no longer here. They were taken away. I'm not sure what happened to the human. I just, please, the knife. And he just like as you're pressing the knife more, you see a little bit of blood trickling, and he like feel it, and like all you just see him is just like kind of just like faint as the knife is pressing against his throat. As you see him faint though, and you kind of like looked into his eyes, and you saw the fearfulness. You saw that he told you everything he knew. There was really nothing else that you, at least from what you saw from when you were looking into him and kind of hearing the information that he was divulging and giving you, there was nothing else that you felt like if you pressed, there wouldn't nothing else he could tell you. But you also couldn't tell, exactly how truthful he was. You just know that fear was fear was the thing giving him the inspiration to tell you all this information.
I'm going to take the blade and just take like the tiniest little tip, poke him like on the back of his knee to see if he's faking being passed out sleep.
As you poke him in the
Just a little
knee,
poke.
like you poke him in the knee, he just like his knee reacts just to like the natural reaction. He makes no movement. He's kind of still limp in his fainted state.
What do y'all want to do with this guy?
Kill him.
Don't really have any use for him.
Yeah, he's just gonna
As
be
soon
more
as he says
trouble.
kill him, I sink my dagger into his heart.
Yes.
I mean, did we really need to kill
Yep.
him?
Yeah.
No
Yep.
loose ends.
He would have ran back and told his buddies.
Mm-hmm. Or
We
As
could have
you-
used him to show us where his buddies were, because we don't know what happened to the human. I mean, we know Gundren's there, but maybe the human still needs help.
And is Gidget saying this all like Brunar? He like plunges the knife and looks up at Gidget, and then like Goblin just like you feel no more breathing from the Goblin.
Poke him again. He might be faking it.
I mean, thoroughness. Double tap. Double tap.
No, I know a dead goblin when I see one. I wipe my dagger on him, take my rope, and go rejoin the others.
Okay, so as you start rejoining the others, and obviously the formation of the trail starts happening, and then the regular trail in front of you that you guys were just on, what do you guys choose to do?
Do we
Guess
want to
should go
find?
after Gundren? Right?
What about the provisions?
They were all stolen,
The-
right?
Yeah, we didn't find anything on the horses, right?
No,
So,
weren't
take-
we? We were escorting provisions to the town.
Yeah, so
Oh,
as you guys
yeah,
were
well-
coming into here, you guys had the big wagon of the provisions that were coming through.
where's our
Luckily, I don't have a token for the wagon. Sorry.
Okay.
But as luckily at the beginning, Brunar, when he was looking through the thickets of the dense wood and forest, he did see that there was space to put the wagon within the forest where nobody else can see it, because he was able to see deep enough into the actual woods. He kind of knows like the distance that regular eyes can see, so he does relay the information that there is a space where you guys can leave the wagon.
All right, well, let's hide them and then let's go look for these guys.
Hell yeah.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
He might still be alive.
Let's go murder some goblins.
I mean, I'm with you, man.
Y'all got a violent streak.
And with that, we'll go ahead and end the session for tonight. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun for the first session. We're gonna go ahead and be uploading these to YouTube and to Twitch as we go along every Friday or Saturdays probably. We're gonna be moving to. If you guys like what you see, of course, YouTube, go ahead and subscribe button. On Twitch, don't forget Amazon Prime gives you a free sub, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.